Hey there guys, I wanted to post a video about how to properly copy over your add-on and account settings from Classic to Classic PTR. We have two text posts that do a really good job of describing how to do this, but I thought a video might help. If this helps anyone get this done properly and more quickly, then it'll save us a lot of time. So anyways, the first step is to go into your Classic folder, and if you have a fonts folder, a lot of people don't, it's not a default folder. Copy that as well as your interface and your WTF. For those of you guys who don't know, the interface folder is where all the add-ons are held. The WTF folder is where all your add-on settings are held. So we're going to head over. We're going to paste this. I already pasted this because this takes a while, and I didn't want to go through that. The next step is the WTF folder. So what you need to do is find your main account. My main account has my first and last name in it, so I'm not including it in the video. But this is my main account. The way I know that it's my main account is because you can go in there and you'll go into the account, you go into the server, and if you see your main character, then it's your main account. Now, if you've copy pasted before and to set up another account, you may see that name. At that point, you need to do some more research. Maybe make an alt, maybe see, oh, okay, this account has all of those characters plus the characters on this other account, so that's not my main account. But you can easily figure out which one's your main account through trial and error. The next step is something that people probably don't normally do, but you need to log in to a character on each PTR account, okay, on each server. And the reason for doing that is so you can identify which accounts are your new account or your PTR accounts. So this character is one that we used for testing last night, and it died. We're going to do this for 2 accounts. So this is going to take a minute. 2 servers, 2 accounts. And then I'm going to show you guys how to properly set things up. Okay, so right now we're not worried about setting up the add-ons at all. So we're just going to log out. And we're going to hop over to the other realm. So this account already has like my account settings properly set up, which means keybinds, interface, that kind of stuff. Some of the stuff changes character to character anyways. Anything in the interface panel actually changes character to character no matter what you do. Myslot won't take that over, but everything else should be able to be importable and copy pastable. The important thing when you're setting up PTR characters is that every time you name the character the same thing. If you're doing different names, not only are you making it a problem for your raid leader, for raid restores, for log analysis, but you're also making it harder on yourself. You can set up each character individually, but it's just way more work. Okay, so I made this character. We're going to delete this one. I'm not copying over more characters yet because I'm not in position. I need to sort out my bags on lives, and I don't want to tick down my buffs any more than they need to be ticked down. So we're going to name the characters on this account OROWW. Okay, and we are going to log out. Let's get the cinematic. And once again, we're going to create a character on the PvP realm. Sorry guys, we're going to get to the real content here in a second. Okay. So this should give us all the information we need to know the account names and the server names for when we do the copy pasting for add-on settings. The second step is properly setting up keybinds and getting a good Myslot import. A lot of people think you can just import Myslot and it's going to be one-to-one, and that is not true. That is not how that works, unfortunately, and that's where a lot of people get tripped up, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to refresh here. If you look here, these two accounts have the most updated time. Okay, so this is more than likely my two PTR accounts. And if you go here, you'll see PTR Realm 1. It has all the characters there. So we're going to take a notepad document, and we're going to copy down the two realm names. Okay. And now we're going to copy down the account names. Okay. Oh, didn't do that right. Copy this account name as well. Okay. So just verify, yep, right here, OROWW. So we have the right account name. Now what we're going to do is we're going to delete all the accounts except for my main account, okay? All right. Then we're going to take Netherwind. We're going to paste it twice, okay? We're going to rename the first one Classic PTR Realm 1 and the second one to Classic PTR Realm 2. Okay. Now we're going to copy paste this account and we're going to rename the original to the first PTR account and the second one to the second PTR account. And for this one, on my second account, they're not called OROW. They're called OROWW. So we're going to copy paste the OROW folder and name it OROWW. Okay. So now we've gotten as many of the add-on settings as we can get over. The problem is that not a whole lot of stuff is actually stored in these character server specific folders. Most of it is stored at the account wide save variables level. Okay. This is where almost every add-on stores all the data. So that's why when I log into my character, I'm still going to have to do setup. Now this add-on setup though, as long as you name the character the same name once you've set it up once, you don't have to keep doing this. You just have to do this once. The keybind setup is easy. And then I'll explain all of the tricks to getting a proper Myslot import. Okay, so now we're actually going to set up our first character. So you're going to have to go through this process once per character or once per account per server. So we'll have to do this 4 times. I'm not going to do all 4 times on the video. I'm just going to do it once, and then you guys can extrapolate. So first thing, if you have LVI, go to LVI, set the profile. I use plater nameplates. For whatever reason, that is not a profile-based setting. That is actually a character-specific setting that is stored in the save variables. It's very confusing. We're going to move the bug reporter. The other add-ons that I have that do this is XCT. So I believe that's it. So now I have a working UI. The next step after this is based on Myslot import. You'll see that my bars are empty, my keybinds aren't there. The first thing you need to do is you need to have a clean macro folder. If the macros are the exact same since your last Myslot import, which it will be when you're creating character after character after character, because every time you have to do a Myslot import, then you don't have to delete all the macros. But if it's not the same, let's say that the last time you did this was like on BWL PTR and you had different macros back then, or maybe the same plus more, you need to delete all the macros if you want to guarantee a clean Myslot import. The next thing is key bindings. So the way this works is that replaces. It does not delete. So if you only have one keybind and there's a default keybind, it's going to leave that default keybind. So what you should do is take the same key and just unbind everything, okay? Literally unbind everything. So I just take the same key, go, 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 go. Then we go over here, go, go. We're just going to clean this whole thing out, okay? The only thing that you don't want to clean out is your ability to access escape, all right? So keep cleaning. This is the quickest way to do this. Unfortunately, it sucks. Going, keep going, keep going. No binds here. Boom. Keep cleaning, keep cleaning. I know this may seem tedious, but you only have to do this once per account. Once you do this once, you're never going to have to do this again. The only exception to that rule is if, once again, you have different keybinds since your last setup. But normally those changes are small enough. We're not going to unbind the game menu. You don't want to do that. You can recover, but there's really no reason to do that. Keep on going, keep on going. This is the kind of stuff that I unbind all the time on live, but it's very annoying to have it bound. So just keep on going. This stuff doesn't want to unbind, that's fine. Oh, okay, I guess it just got sick of W, so let's go through and unbind this stuff actually. Just get a complete example. Okay. And I'm gonna go back and put this on print screen, not Shift P. Print screen, there we go. Okay, so now the next step, I need to go into my notepad file. Give me 1 minute. Here, I'm gonna move this off the screen. I don't know what else is in. Not what you think either, guys. I already know where your head's going. It's in documents. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I have this saved, and this is my Myslot, which includes my macros. So, oh geez, need to rebind enter on chat, enter chat. All right, so we type Myslot, and on live, you're gonna click export and you're gonna copy the string, okay? So now we're gonna hit paste, and we're gonna hit import. All right. So now you're gonna notice that I have keybinds on everything. I have had a little bit of a weird thing where for whatever reason, this bar is not bound properly. It's not really a big deal. It's an easy bar for me to bind, but watch out for that kind of stuff. Okay, now it's bound. So all my bars are bound, my LVI settings, all my action bars are set up. Anything you don't see set up is because this is a level 1 character. If we check out my macro menu, all of my macros are here. My UI is completely functional. My item rack is even functional. Everything is here. Let's turn on nameplates. Oh yeah, plater is another one that you actually need to change the nameplate options on. So give it a second. So I kill this wolf, we'll reload my settings. And there, my nameplate settings are set up. So for demonstration purposes, what we're going to do is we're going to delete this character. We're going to rename it OroWW so you can see all the setup that's going to be required on a fresh character. And you'll see that it's really, really, really not much. All right, so delete character. Okay. So, and this is why it's so important to name the character the same thing. Cool. So my action bars aren't set up. I don't have any of the character specific macros, but all the general macros are the same. Because the general macros are going to be the exact same, all I need to do is paste this in, click import, boom. All my bars are the same now. All of my macros are the same. All my character specific macros are present. My UI is completely set up. The only thing that you need to change is stuff in here. So like sticky targeting needs to get turned off, right? No one likes sticky targeting. Auto loot with the loot key on shift. XCT handles all that stuff. A lot of people hide their cloak and helm. This kind of stuff, it's just not important for PTR. Camera distance. I believe that feature actually carries over. Changing the camera following style will actually carry over between new characters. So anyways, we are good to go now. A couple other things I want to add as a bonus. I'll show you guys what it looks like on another server real quick, because it's going to be a much quicker setup for my character on the other server. And then I'll show you on my other account that has a warrior that is actually usable as well. I guess I said I wouldn't do this, but we're going to do it real quick. It's not going to take very long. There's a lot of add-ons that you should probably disable in raid, and there's add-ons that you definitely want to disable on the PTR because it causes problems. So this is a new character on a new server. It's just so we're on the same page about what we're setting up. Because this is the first time setting it up, we're gonna have to do everything that is in the account-wide specific settings, which means for me, LVI, unchecking nameplates, then it's Plater changing the profile, and XCT changing the profile. This is all I need to, and then we have to do a Myslot import. You're gonna have to do a Myslot import every single time. This, set that setting, go over here, profiles, open profile settings, set it here. And one more step of the Myslot, and this character that is brand new is 100%, well, and the interface settings options. 100% set up. You can see this is a very quick process, and this is why it's so frustrating when people struggle with this in raid, because they're just not following directions. Like that's the only explanation for why it could be taking them so long. All right, cool. This character is now 100% good to go, and all it's going to take if I need to create another character on the same server on the same account is doing that Myslot import. Once I close this client, we're going to head over to my main PTR account that I've been using. Apparently I have 3 PTR accounts, but only 2 shows up in the list. I think maybe it's retail PTR or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, this I think this character, I don't remember what that character was used for. I have one that's used for Warsong Gulch that has some items that I don't have on live. Okay, cool. So this is a character that is, this account has been set up in the past. So we're going to skip this process on LVI. We are now going to do the same thing we did over on the other account. We're going to set the default setting there. Go into Plater. We are going to open the profile settings and set it to Oro. We're going to go over to XCT, and we are going to set it right over here. And then in LVI, we are going to disable nameplates. This character has already been set up in the past, but just to say it hasn't, we're going to do an import. Then we're going to go to interface options and make sure everything's good to go. So auto loot, uncheck showing helm, camera distance is good, camera following style to never, all the settings carry over. So now this character is fully playable. All my macros are working. My trinket swap, my item rack is here. Move the bug reporter to the side. and we're good to go. Real quick, I'm going to go through add-ons I would recommend turning off. You have no need for Atlas or Atlas loot, so definitely turn those off. There's no reason to have those. This is my personal add-on. Battle info, battleground targets. Once again, we're not doing BGs, so disable those. Details, there's a problem with tiny threat, which means you won't have a threat meter, but I noticed better performance yesterday when I turned off details. So especially if you have another threat meter or a weak aura doing threat, then I would recommend considering turning off details. Exorcist, unless you're doing raid restores, there's no reason for you to have that on. Field guide, no reason to have that on. All of this looks fine. We're not doing dungeons. Little wigs you could turn off. Try and run as lean as possible into a raid. OPI, I'll show you how to set up some OPI settings really quick. RC Loot Council, we don't use that. This sends add-on messages. There's no reason to have that on. And here's the big one. Turn off TSM. TSM does a ton of processing. The other add-ons that really fuck up things is Honor Spy. If you have Honor Spy, 100% get rid of Honor Spy. Don't ever run Honor Spy on live. Unless you're the bracket leader, you have no absolute reason to be running Honor Spy. There's no point in running Honor Spy. Real quick with OPI, a lot of people use OPI, and all you need to do to get your inactive rings is a lot of them have this default setting that is only going to set up on your main character. So you just change it to all of the class on each of these, and now you're good to go. You have your OPI rings as well, which I use for gear swapping. So anyways, guys, this is what you need to do in order to get a proper UI set up. If anyone has any questions or something wasn't clear, let me know. I'm sorry that this is so long. It's taken all in one take because I don't have time to edit this. But anyways, guys, I'm going to upload this and get it out to you guys. I hope it helps, and I will see you guys soon.